What up, it's Red. In this Riese video is going to be a little different because I really couldn't find anything bad about this except for maybe two things, really one thing, but another thing sort of. So this video I'm going to be going over the top 10 things that I love about this map. I'll probably be able to do top 5 best and worst for most of the maps. My brother pointed out that Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are obviously a lot more complex. There's a lot more stuff in the maps, so there's going to be a lot more bad things as well, obviously. So in future videos, I will make sure I have 5 bad things, but I just couldn't come up with 5 things for Riese because Riese, as we all know, is one of the best maps of all time. It's amazing. There's so many great things about it. One thing about Riese I don't care for is that it's pretty easy overall, and I guess this isn't really a feature. It's just, you know, from Noct all the way to Riese, the maps constantly get easier in World at War. And like I said, Riese isn't a bad map. I just think that it could be a little tougher. It's pretty easy overall, and I like challenging maps. The other thing I don't really like about Riese is how when you upgrade your Wunderwaffe, you're probably going to zap yourself when you have your upgraded Wunderwaffe, the DG3. So once it's upgraded, you shock yourself, and your jug doesn't work anymore. You go down in 2 hits. What were they thinking with that? That was a terrible idea. I can't really think of anything else I didn't like about Riese, but for some reason, you know, you never wanted to upgrade your Wunderwaffe in World at War. In Black Ops 1, I believe you can upgrade it. I'm not really sure. Yeah, according to the wiki, you can upgrade the Wunderwaffe in Black Ops 1, and it will not take away any of your Juggernog effects. But in World at War, they screwed that up, and we're talking about World at War in these videos, the maps that they were, the game that they were originally on. At number 10, we have the 25-point bonus you get for going prone under the perk machines. They actually brought this back in Origins, which I thought was pretty neat. In Riese, they actually made it so you could get a 5 on the end of your score. You could also do that in Buried with Vulture Aid, which needs to come back, by the way. Still don't know why they didn't put that in the Wonder Fizz machine in Origins. Anyway, the 25-point little bonus was just kind of a cool little Easter egg that they threw in that was kind of nice. The next 2 are actually camp spots, and number 9 is the Carbine camp spot. Now, the Carbine camp spot was pretty awesome. If you had 3 or 4 people, somebody could watch the window in the back, and then a few people could kind of watch this big alleyway. And if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, if you go to the door to the right side of the Pack-a-Punch, where the trench gun is, and the teleporter where the MP40 is and all that area, there's a carbine right there. You don't open that door from mainframe to that little area right there, and you don't open the door that leads into the little factory side right there. You keep both of those doors shut, and you go the other way. You go the Thompson route originally, and then you come back into that little carbine spot once you turn on the power, and you just sit there. Somebody looks out the window, and then everybody else just annihilates zombies down the alleyway. And it's a really good camp spot if you have 3 or 4 people. If you've never tried it, I highly suggest that you try that camp spot out because it's awesome. But I think the most known camp spot on Riese, and this is going to be number 8, that is the catwalk. The catwalk, I have so many memories of just sitting up there by myself with other people. It doesn't matter. Anybody can get up on the catwalk. Just aim down sight with your Reaper, your upgraded PPSH, and just blast zombies. I mean, until you get to some higher rounds, you're unstoppable up there. That is an amazing camp spot. It's one of the best camp spots we've ever had. Of course, Buried kind of takes the crown for some of the most cheap camp spots. That's for sure. But the catwalk I definitely have some good memories of, and it is just a fantastic camp spot. For number 7, we have the Carpenter. Now, the Carpenter was new in Riese. They didn't have it in any of the previous World at War maps, and it's kind of a cool little item that they added. You could argue that it was a bad addition because, you know, why would you want a Carpenter to spawn when you could get one of the other drops like max ammo or a nuke or insta-kill, double points, something like that. So the Carpenter is pretty cool that they added it. You know, it just rebuilds everything for you, obviously. And that's kind of cool because sometimes there's just barriers that never get rebuilt throughout the entire game because you just never go somewhere and you just never decide to rebuild the barrier. So the Carpenter will do that for you. It's a cool addition, and it just kind of changes things up a little bit. At number 6, we have the first little sort of Easter egg ever in zombies, and that's the fly trap, of course. You shoot that little fly trap over by the camp spot that I was talking about where the carbine is, And of course, there's a whole bunch of teddy bears and all sorts of things that you have to go around and shoot and do these small little things around the map, just kind of shoot stuff and throw a monkey in the furnace or whatever you had to do. I can't even remember. It's been such a long time since I've done it. But there's really no reward for it other than the achievement you get for just shooting the fly trap. But that's about it. You don't get all the perks or anything like that. So it's a kind of a cool little way to introduce Easter eggs. You know, finally we got like some sort of Easter egg in Riese. And then a few maps later we got some like big, crazy, long Easter eggs. But nevertheless, there is sort of some sort of Easter egg in Riese. And on a side note, I'd like to see all of the maps come back in the next Black Ops game or the next Treyarch game, whatever it is. You know, if they could bring back every map ever and then, you know, put like Easter eggs in some of the early maps. Like I want to play Riese and do like a big, long Easter egg. Or Shinonuma and do some huge, long Easter egg. Even Kino or 5, they could add Easter eggs to those maps. I think that'd be really cool to see if they ever decide to bring back some of these maps, because, you know, we want to be able to play some of the old maps on the next-gen consoles like PS4, although Xbox 360 Master Race, everybody knows that, so, you know, why play on anything else when you can play on your 360, right? But the point is, I want to see some old-school maps that get an Easter egg. That'd be awesome. Let me know what you think about that. Coming in at number 5, we have the fact that dogs are now spawning during rounds. So after the third dog round, if you don't know, dogs will start spawning in mid-round. So yeah, you're probably remembering like, oh yeah, they did do that. You guys won't get to see any good gameplay of that because when I played Riese the other day, I got to like 15 or something like that, and then I died, and I had already tried playing it once before, and I died on like round 5 or 6 because of some stupid mistake I did. So I just kind of got tired of playing, and I think low rounds are a little bit better gameplay anyway than just some dude running around on round 40 in a circle. But after the third round of dogs, you're going to see dogs start to spawn in a little bit during zombie rounds, which I think is really cool. So you have like some fast dogs that can run around and chase you. Like even when you're sprinting and stuff, they can just about catch up with you, which is pretty cool. I like the fact that there are some sort of faster zombies to, you know, keep you on your toes during rounds and stuff. And I guess that's another reason that camping was so effective on Riese. Number 4, we have the upgraded melee, the Bowie knife. You know, we had the Galvanuckles and the staff melee and the Thunder Fist and all sorts of golden sporks and crazy stuff in Black Ops 2. But old school Bowie knife. Oh yeah, the sickle. I forgot to name that. The sickle was awesome. I want to see the sickle come back. What'd they do with that? They had it in Ascension and Call of the Dead, and then they just never brought back the sickle again. It was so cool. But they finally let us upgrade our melee in Riese, which was pretty cool, and it's gone way further than just a Bowie knife. As of Origins, there are so many things that I listed off. It's not even funny how many different melees that they're introducing. But like I said, I would like to see the sickle come back. That's for sure. Treyarch, Black Ops 3, sickle needs to be in at least like 2 of the maps. Number 3, we have transportation that's actually pretty good, and that is the teleporters. There's 3 teleporters. If for some reason you didn't already know that, you can teleport for 1,500 points after you link them, of course. And then once you link them all, you get a special surprise at mainframe, which is awesome. And of course, I'm going to get to that in a little bit. No, just kidding. Not going to get to that at all. Yes, I am. What are you thinking? I'm going to get to Pack Punch. But not yet. We got to talk about teleporters. Teleporters are pretty sweet. They make running around the map a little more fun. You know, if you get to like the far end of the map where the catwalk is and stuff, you know, what are you going to do? Run all the way back? You know, maybe you'll turn on the trap or something that's in the courtyard over there. But you're going to teleport so you can get all the way back to mainframe and keep running every which way. You know, when you have a whole bunch of points to spend, it's really fun to just keep running towards teleporters and everything and just running around the map. It's really cool to do that. Number 2, we have monkeys. Now, monkeys are awesome, Gershes are awesome, QEDs. What else have we had? Matrishkas, the Hell's Retriever, all sorts of different things. But monkeys is what started it all. Well, I guess Molotovs is what really started it all. They really need to make like a Molotov that's like, kind of like a Left 4 Dead Molotov. Like you throw it and it actually does something. Like it just creates a whole big fire pit. Like you should throw it and it should have, you know, when the napalm zombie on Shangri-La blows up, it should create that effect. There should be flames that are just sitting there for a little while. It should have the fire staff effect. When you upgrade the fire staff and you charge it up, you know, that sort of effect. The napalm zombie, Molotov, it needs to be better. They need to bring back the Molotov and make it good, because I'd really like to see that. But monkeys are awesome. I go on a rant every time I talk about something. I say, oh, sickle, and then they need to make this, and then they need to bring this back and put Easter eggs on the old maps. But you know how I am. I can't just make a video and like state something. I have to talk about something, and then I have to talk about everything under the sun that might even pertain to that a little bit. So that's kind of how my videos work. If you're new around here, I tend to make very long commentaries, just because, you know, I can't get out a 4-minute commentary. As you see right now, I'm just rambling on about how bad I am at making short commentaries, and that's probably why I don't grow very fast. Been on YouTube for 3 years, don't even have 500 subs yet. I like to complain a lot as well, so that's another thing. I like to complain, and I like to suggest ideas that never really get put forward. Well, some of them do. Sometimes they take my ideas, and then I get upset because they didn't credit me. And I deserve all the credit, even though a bunch of people have probably already came up with the same idea before. But, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into number 1, and that is, of course, Pack-a-Punch. What else would it be? The Pack-a-Punch has been there since the Riese. It's always been in every single map, and there's a reason for that. They've never taken it out. They've taken out PhD and everything else that's awesome, and they took out Double Tap and Ascension, which I won't forgive them for. But they've never actually taken out Pack-a-Punch in any map, which I'm kind of surprised by, because you'd think that with how dumb... Actually, I take that back. They have taken out the Pack-a-Punch in Bus Depot Survival and Farm Survival, if you really count those as maps. Those are kind of sub-maps, but, you know, whatever. I think they kind of went for the Nocturne, Toten, and, like, Verrucht feel for those maps, so they decided not to put a Pack-a-Punch on them, but I think you should be able to choose that in custom games. They need to do a lot with custom games. I'm going to make a whole video about what I want in Black Ops 3 Zombies sometime. I don't know if it'll be soon, or if it'll be in a couple months or something. Maybe I'll do it once we get the first trailer, so I can give you guys a little bit more thoughts, like if they announce World War II game coming out, you know, this November. If they announce that on May 1st, then I'll make a video around that. Or if they say, oh, we're going even further into the future, and we're Treyarch, and we're bringing back exosuits, then I'll probably just go jump off a building at that point, because I never want to see exosuits in Call of Duty ever again. But I will try and make you guys some sort of video about what I think about zombies for the next game, and what I'd really like to see, because I've been a part of this this zombie epidemic ever since the map packs started to release in World at War. Well, even before the map packs released in World at War, I just remember going over to my friend's house and just like sitting around and playing nothing but Nocturne and Toten, because it was so fun. Anyway, I love zombies, and I want to make sure I talk a lot about it. And look forward to the Keynote or Toten video coming somewhat soon. I've been kind of on a cycle of Little Big Planet video, and then a random commentary about whatever. Like I had a Fallout commentary, and then I had a commentary about some games that were coming out, like Borderlands. I made a commentary over that. Then I made one of what if Treyarch was the only COD developer and the others went to make different games. You should check that out if you haven't seen that. So let me know if you guys kind of like that cycle, because I think I'll probably continue that cycle for a while. If you guys are like really want me to like let's play something, I'd be happy to like start a let's play. I don't know how good I am at let's plays. You can watch some of my Thai videos, my Let's Play the Thai series, Thai the Tasmanian Tiger. I never finished that, but I got like 7 or 8 episodes in, and then I decided, I'm not really good at commentating over this game. I mean, some people like Let's Plays where there's not a lot of talking, but some people like it where there's a lot more talking, and, you know, sometimes I'm just running from point to point. I guess I could make some jump cuts and, like, cut some things out that are really boring. But I could continue that Thai series if you guys really wanted to. Or I could come up with a new series. Just ask me if I have a game, and then if I do have a game, then I'll consider Let's Playing it. So leave a Let's Play suggestion in the comments, or just leave any video suggestion in the comments, because I kind of want to break the cycle. That's a Mob of the Dead reference, by the way. See, some of you got that. Some of you hardcore zombies fans got that. Anyway, let me know what you guys want to see in terms of videos, if it's not just one of these 3. types of videos, Little Big Planet, random commentaries, or the zombie series, of course, that I plan on continuing and finishing. Let me know what you love or hate about Riese. Please tell me if there's something that I missed that was bad about Riese, because I can't really remember anything else besides the Wonder Waff is all screwed up in World at War. I don't know how long this video is. It's probably not going to get a whole bunch of views from other people than my loyal subscribers, but if you've made it all the way in to the end, that's awesome. Let me know so in the comments. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and be looking forward to some new videos. See ya.